there's quite a few things that I just won't talk about because I'm not involved in it, or it's none of my business, or just don't have anything to add. But drugs and alcohol and addiction recovery, I know a little bit of something about, so I answer questions. And the percentage of people that get off opiates, very low. The percentage of people that get off opiates without no help, even lower. To the percentage they get off and don't ever go back, that's where I'm at. I can't tell you how or why. I do know that that was the hardest thing I ever did. First, I was on Vicodin, and Vicodin went to Oxycontin, and Oxycontin just got out of control. And then they started cracking down. My doctor started prescribing less, and next thing you know, I'm getting sick. And that was a horrible sick. Man, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. I swear to God, I wouldn't. And if you've been through it, you know it. If you haven't, you got no fucking clue, man. It is nothing nice. Nothing. But during the course of that, I had a good 15-year run on opiates, ending with a 7-year run on methadone. And I had an altercation, slapped a dude in the methadone clinic, and that's why they kicked me out. And it was probably the best thing I ever did. I'd probably still be in those liquid handcuffs. I probably still would be going to get my 30 take-homes every month. You learn things from the battles you go through in life, you know. I was very judgmental. I was very full of myself. I was a lot of things, man. I looked down on a lot of people. And when you're at a methadone clinic at 5 a.m. in the morning on El Cajon Boulevard, it's humbling, man. All these people that you think are fucking no good, you're right there with them. The thing that I think is even more of an issue is people's mental health. You can't get into somebody's head. You can't completely, fully get into someone's head. And that's why all this recovery and 12-step, to me, it's just a pacifier, man. People need something to, some reason to, you know, or some system. And that's good if that's what they need. But there's other ways to go about it, man. And all of you welfare counselors, and you've been off drugs for a year, and all of a sudden you're king shit, man, you got to be careful with your advice. You're speaking for people and giving them advice based on their story that could be true or could not be true, but you're giving those people serious advice. Now, most of the people, like I was, one of my counselors was a 23-year-old alcoholic. Square as fuck, never been on drugs. And for me, it was like, what the fuck's this guy gonna tell me? You know what I mean? Just sit there for a fucking half hour and shut up so I can get out of this, you know, my meeting. And the welfare counselors are mostly the court-appointed shit and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I think 99% of them probably have, you know, good intentions. But the closed-minded, especially like the church welfare counselors, man, they're the worst. You can't go speaking on somebody's situation. And so it's like this. If you are on anything, before you make any serious life decisions, you better have a clear head at least 18 months, a year, at least a year. I'd go about 18 months of a clear head before you make a serious life decision. And you got these welfare counselors just telling them to do this, that, and the other, and this is what they didn't do. But where are they? What are they going to do? All they're going to do is give you a fucking ride to the homeless shelter, man. You have got to think. You fucked up your life. No doubt about it. Time to fix it. How are you going to fix it? When you have a welfare counselor tell you to do something that is just, no counselor in the right mind would tell somebody to just take an alcoholic. You know, they're not court appointed. They have a problem. They have a serious problem. They have mental health issues that they don't even understand. But they have a problem. So they go into these places where the welfare counselors are working. Because what else are you going to do? You know, you got to get the free shit, because the good counselors, they cost a fortune, man. You go in there and they're telling you to do this, that, and the other. Now you take their word for gospel, and all of a sudden you're fucking homeless, staying on people's couches, when there should have been other alternative something, man. So if you are trying to get sober, man, take everything in, but do not take it for gospel, man. You've got to evaluate your situation, and you've got to think shit through, because I've seen it. I've seen it happen. People will turn on their family. They almost get brainwashed by these idiots, because the state they're in, they can't, you know, and all of a sudden they'll paint people that the person has abused, and the person they're living with probably is at their wit's end and doesn't know what to do. But they're trying, you know, and because they know the majority of the shit that people did was probably under the influence. No excuse. I hate when people blame drugs or alcohol. It's no excuse. You fucked up shit, own it. You know, you own it. Whether you're drunk or sober, own it. But these welfare counselors will have you lying to your people. All of a sudden, a person that never lies all the fucking time. And you're going to these welfare counselors for what, 4 years, 3 years? And your life just went to shit. Don't you switch it up? Don't you get some other points of view? Get another, I mean, I'm going to be honest, man. I hate welfare counselors. I hate know-it-alls. I hate people that think they know the solution for everybody, because they don't. They may have an idea, but don't sell it like you know the whole thing, man. Don't sell it like this is the only way, because it's not. There are multiple ways to get off drugs. Trust me, I've done every drug to man. I've abused every drug to man, and I've beaten every drug to man. And my way probably will not work for 85% of the people. But if I was a drug counselor, I would listen to a person, see where they're coming from, try to get into their thoughts. You know, I wouldn't just automatically assume I'm God Almighty because, oh, I've been off drugs for 15 years. Oh, these people, man, these fucking people. And if I was a welfare counselor, I would be able to go to the client's people and talk to them. Get into, but they don't. They don't. And ultimately, it's all on you. So if you trust people enough to make stupid ass choices, don't cry when the shit don't go your way, man. Because there's only so much that anybody could put up with before, you just get cut off. I've been cut off. I've cutting people off, I've had to. If it's my sanity or you, I gotta choose my sanity because I'm hanging on by a thread already, Man, watch out for welfare counselors, man. There's a reason they're welfare counselors.